great. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you, sir, as well.
Okay, that's loud and clear. Okay, we're just going to check we've got full and free on the controls. There we go. And then Mike's going to do the starting. That's chocks away. And away we go. So this aircraft is just about as basic as you can get. So as you saw, there's no starter motors, so the ground crew have to pull the propeller through to get the engine going. And there's also no brakes on here. There's we had the wheels chopped for engine starting. Then I waved the chocks away, and it's just the metal tail skidder on the back which drags in the grass, which provides the only braking. So when you want to stop, you have to think about it in good time to close the throttle and allow the speed to decay with the friction from the skid. And that's the reason we tend to fly these from grass airfields rather than concrete or tarmac runways, because you wouldn't get any braking effect then. You can see, because of what we call a tail dragger, the nose is up in the air and I'm sitting behind you and lower than you, so I've got no direct forward vision, so I have to weave the aircraft from side to side like this so I can see where we're going.
Yeah, okay, if I wave out when I'm going past the Y.
Oh yeah. Alright, just doing a few checks and then we'll be ready to go.
Okay.
Right, all set in the front then, Jake?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, we're going to be going in a second then. Compton traffic, Tiger Flight X-Ray Tango, lining up for departure, runway 26.
Contact expecting your watch over QX1012, service wind southwest winds about 10 knots.
Here we go. see that heavy shower off to our right at the moment with the rain coming down.
Southwesterly, it's about 10 knots.
Yeah, I can see it.
Golf Alpha Echo, southwesterly 10 knots.
Oh, this is lovely.
It is, isn't it? The weather looks quite nice down towards Dorchester and Portland, so it looks like blue sky down there, so I think that's a good way to go. Right, there we are. We've climbed just over 1,500 feet since we took off and bottled back now. So have a look around us. We're heading west at the moment. So out in the distance there, it's a little bit murky, but that's out towards Sherborne and Yeovil. Out to our right, where it's looking quite dark, in about the 2 o'clock position, that's looking out towards Wincanton, and then beyond that we're looking out across the Somerset levels towards the Bristol Channel. But it looks quite dark and ominous out that way, so I think there's more of those heavy rain showers out that way. So, out to our left at the moment, just in front of the left wingtip, you can see Poole Harbour with the Purbeck Hills behind it. So we're heading down in that general direction, so you'll see a little bit more detail of that as we head towards Dorchester. There's a nice little gap to our right, so quite often in the summer the cloud is too high to get above it, but I think we can go up through there and just give you a little view of how lovely the clouds look from above. So we'll pile on up there and get up into that bit of blue sky. There we go. Shower clouds that are creating all this rain, you can just get to look to the right of the nose now, just above us there. You can see how big and towering that cloud is. So that's what's causing that really dark area underneath. So we'll give that a wide berth and we'll head off over to the other direction.
To the south towards Blandford, changing to Morpeth radar on 119.47.
so beautiful on a day like this, don't they?
Oh, that's really lovely. How high are we up now?
Just coming up to 4,000 feet, but of course the altimeter is set to Compton Abbas altitude. Compton Abbas airfield is 800 feet above sea level, so we're almost coming up to 5,000 feet. See, we're just coming towards the tops of these lower clouds, but those big ones that are creating the rain, they're building up much higher, and we wouldn't be able to really climb above those. Not that we'd want to anyway, there's too much turbulence there. Looking out in the far distance, out towards Devon, just to the right of the nose, you can see some really big clouds going up there, probably to 10,000 feet or so.
Oh, this is lovely. Absolutely lovely.
Incredible, isn't it, when you get up there? If you look out to the right, you can see that there's a whole kind of streak of those big clouds right from away in the distance there. That's probably down near Exeter, somewhere like that. And then leading all the way past our right wingtip is just a continuous line of those big shower clouds.
Quite surprised at how much colder it is up here.
Yeah, well, we've climbed nearly 5,000 feet, and the way the temperature drops off, it falls about 2 degrees for every 1,000 feet you go out. So if we've climbed up 5,000 feet, the temperature here is probably 10 degrees cooler than it was on the ground. So I think on the ground today at Compton it might have been 12 or 13. So up here it's probably only about 2 or 3 degrees. Now while we're up here, this is the perfect area for you to have a go flying because we've got a lovely horizon. So would you like to have a go doing some flying?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Okay, so if you come on the controls with me, just like I showed you, just 2 fingers and a thumb, and making sure you don't press on the button. And we're looking through the windscreen, so when we turn, just keep looking through the windscreen. Now the horizon, where the sky meets the ground, it should stay more or less in the middle of that windscreen. So, for instance, like if the nose starts to go up like that, you just gently push forward to get the horizon back in the windscreen. If the nose drops like that, you just gently pull it up so that we've got the horizon there. So I'm going to do a turn now. So I'm going to turn to the left. So the stick is going to the left. The aircraft is banking to the left and starting to turn. And that's about enough bank, so the stick is back in the middle now, and the aircraft is just turning on its own. I'm not actually doing anything now, just making small corrections to try and hold it in a constant position. There we go. And then when I want to come out of the turn, I'm just going to move the stick in the opposite direction. So the stick's going back to the right, the aircraft rolling to the right, the horizon just about level there, and there we are. And to go back the other way, let's go to the right, stick going to the right, aircraft rolling to the right. There we are, stick is now in the middle, the aircraft is turning itself. More or less into the sun. There we go, and coming out of the turn, stick's going to the left. And there we are. Wings are level, and the stick is back in the middle. Okay, Jake, so don't worry, you can't break anything, so I'm going to hand it over to you. Now, to start with, I think we'll just get you going in a straight line, okay? So just practice keeping it in a straight line. Just make some small movements left and right and up and down so that you've got a little bit of a feel of what it feels like, okay? So I'm handing over to you now. You've got the controls, okay? So what we're doing now, we're going to practice some turns now, Jake. So let's roll it into a left turn. So stick goes to the left. I'll get you to bring it right round to 180 degrees. So I tell you what, if you roll out of the turn now, so stick back to the right. See this cloud just coming up in front of us. We're going to go round, I'm going to get you to fly around that, okay? So keep it on your right hand side, so just come left a little bit. So pretend it's a hill sticking up. And then if you start turning right now, we'll go around the back of it. Start coming round to the right now. Start coming right. Look at that, fantastic. Chasing around the side of the cloud. Magical, isn't it? Now it's really beautiful up here, but of course we can't see much of the ground, and it starts to get cold after a while. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throttle the engine back a bit. Would you like to carry on flying it though, Jake? Sorry? are you happy to carry on doing the flying?
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it.
Okay, well that's good. So I'm just going to bring the throttle back a little bit, and we're going to start descending. So if you just let the nose, it wants to come down on its own now, so just let the nose do what it wants to do. And we're going to start a very slow descent, and we're going to go underneath the clouds eventually. So we'll just carry on in this direction for the moment. We're heading kind of southwest in the general direction of Dorchester at the moment. So just lower the nose a little bit, so just push forward a little bit. We come right now, so start a right turn. So just roll out of the turn there, we'll carry on in this direction. I'll tell you what, Jake, if I could just take the controls for a minute, I'm going to have to get us down under this cloud. It's going to be a little bit difficult for you to wind your way through it. So I've got the controls, and we're just going to go underneath the cloud, and then you can do some more flying, okay?
Okay, great, thanks. I've let go of this bit.
Okay, that's great. are. There's the coast just ahead of us, looking down to Weymouth.
Yeah, I see it.
Right, so now we're out underneath. We've got a much better view of the countryside, and it was lovely up above the clouds there, but it was starting to get quite cold, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was getting quite cold, yeah.
So we find it a bit warmer down here. It's probably about 8 degrees warmer where we are here now. So there we are. There's Dorchester, just down on our right-hand side. It's quite a big town these days. And there's Weymouth just to the left of the nose. So we're going to do a turn over the top of Dorchester now and then start heading back towards Blandford Forum area. Just going to get underneath this cloud here, and in fact we'll go left, because then you'll get a view of Portland just as we start to turn. So there we are, just out to the left underneath the cloud you can see Weymouth, the big harbour of Portland where they had the sailing Olympics, and the big lump of rock of Portland itself. So we'll leave Dorchester on our left-hand side, and then we're following the main road which will lead us back to Blandford. So you see, once we leave Dorchester behind us now, heading this way, it's really featureless countryside. Between here and Blandford, there's only little tiny villages, and the rest of the land is either agricultural land or wooded. And we're very lucky today. We've got really good visibility, so we can see a long way. But you can imagine on a murky day when the visibility is only a few miles, that one field looks very much like another field, and unless you're using GPS or something, navigation can be quite difficult.
Where I live, the Hercules, they come over our house, two of them, literally a couple hundred feet up. Do they actually use any landmarks, or do they fly off GPS?
Well, they use a combination, so that they've got quite sophisticated equipment on board which will give them like a moving map of where they are. But of course they always back it up with one of the pilots would have a chart, a normal chart, so that he's kind of backing up the electronic aids, because we never just rely on the electronics, because there's always, you could get jamming of GPS signals and all that, so we're always monitoring what the electronics do. You can see, just when we were coming down through that cloud, the visibility was quite poor, wasn't it? But now we're underneath it, you can see an awful long way. Right, so now we're back in the clear, Jake. Would you like to do a bit more flying?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Okay, so there we are, it's all sorted out. You've got the controls again, and I'll sit in the back and I'll be your navigator and tell you which way to go, and we'll just wend our way along here.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, just push the nose down a little bit, just push forward a bit, so you should be able to see over the nose where you're going all the time. That's it. below us, the oilseed rape fields are just starting to turn yellow now, just down here on the right. Another couple of weeks and they'll all be vivid yellow colour, which looks really stunning from the air.
Looks like they're focus spreading now.
Yeah, it looks like it, doesn't it? Yeah. You can smell it as well. If you look out to your right at the moment, in the far distance, you can see Poole Harbour, looking a bit dark down over there. This is the area I was talking about, between Dorchester and Blandford. If you just look around you at the moment, there's just a few little tiny villages, but it's just agricultural land and woods everywhere. So you can imagine it would be quite easy to get lost in an area like this. It's called Milton Abbey, just ahead of us on the left. It's an old abbey and there's a school there now these days. It's very, very picturesque from the air. And it's all the original house, the valley that it sits in, was landscaped by the famous landscaper Capability Brown, who did a lot of the big country houses around the UK. It's just down here on the left-hand side now. If you start a left turn, if you start looking left for me. Because it's a school there, they've got lots of playing fields all marked out there. Is off to our right at the moment, in a little distance in about the 1 o'clock position. You can see that town, that's Blandford.
Yeah, yeah. Do you get much aircraft down here? Are there aircraft flying about?
That's what we call free airspace at the moment. Now, Bournemouth Airport is quite a busy commercial airport, and around there they've got restricted airspace, but you have to be speaking to them and have permission to go into that bit of airspace. Now, we tend to avoid that in the Tiger Moth because we haven't got a very good radio, we haven't got a radar transponder on it, and because the aircraft is made from wood and fabric, it doesn't show up on their radar screen, so it's a bit like a stealth aircraft, so they're not very happy with something like this, so we have to more or less keep out of their area. So they've got commercial flights going out of there, and also north of here we've got the military base, the Royal Naval Air Station at Yeovilton, where they've got the Lynx helicopters based there. Apart from that, the rest of it is just civilian traffic like us flying around, and the rule here is that you just keep a lookout and you avoid each other. This is about 10 miles straight in front of us at the moment, so we're on a good heading towards it. We'll keep on going this direction. doing a great job doing the flying, Jake. So it's like having an autopilot for me. So I'm just sitting in the back seat there navigating, and the aircraft is flying along very nicely. On a day like today, when you've got kind of partly cloudy conditions, when you're looking at places on the ground, it's quite noticeable that if the sun is shining on a town, it's very easy to see it. But if it just happens to be in the shadow of a cloud, it's quite often quite difficult to pick it out from the air because the features don't stand out very well. So we've got Shaftesbury off to our left at the moment in the middle distance, but it's a little bit dark there because it's underneath the clouds, so it doesn't stand out. So the plan is when we get back over the airfield, we're going to go over the top of the runway and then make a right-hand circuit around the airfield, and then we'll eventually come into land in the same direction as we've got. You can just come left a little bit then, Jake. That's it. About 20 degrees left, heading to Shaftesbury. That's it. Great. Quite a lot of that rain coming down as well. That's the road. India Tango downwind 26 to land. Tango. I'm just going to call them on the radio now. Compton Radio, Tiger Flight X-Ray Tango rejoining from the south, request airfield information. Tiger Flight X-Ray Tango, Compton Radio, flight to runway 26, QFE 9 at 826 Tango. 126 right, Chevy 982, X-Ray Tango joining Denver. Okay, Jake, can I take the controls then now, because we're getting quite busy there, so I've got the controls, you relax, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, thanks for that, that was really enjoyable.
Yeah, well you did a great job, so it made it easy for me, I just directed you where to go, so that's great, well done.
Okay.
We're just getting back in time. You can see those showers out to the left. I think one of those might actually get to Compton Arras if it drifts across a bit. There's the runway just down on the right hand side.
Compton Radio, student Golf, November Golf. Echo inbound from Cranford, currently 4 miles right. Compton Abbott, 2000 feet, QNH 1012 from the Grand Airfield destination. runway 26, right hand, QSE 982. Top off, Echo 26, right hand, QSE 982. Open Tango, final 26 to land. Open Tango, wind is west cleared, about 8 knots. Tango.
Onto traffic, Tiger Flight X-Ray Tango, downwind 26 right to land.
Correct, Tango, right up. Golfing Tango, welcome to Compton Jimmy Class Field or just parking?
That's just parking, Golfing Tango.
It's not to vacate left and go in front of the aeroplane to park alongside the motor glider who's got the captain on.
8 Golfing Tango.
Golf, Echo descending on the deck side. Copy, Roger, 1,000 off base lane.
Onto traffic, Tiger Flight X-Ray Tango, final for 26 to land.
Tango, first wind is now west-northwesterly, about 8 knots.
And there we are, back on terra firma. Did you enjoy that?
Oh, that was absolutely fantastic. I enjoyed that so much.
Well, we were lucky, weren't we? Because we just had that bit of a window on the weather there, and managed to get away from all those storm clouds.
Yeah, as you say, we were very lucky.
The most complicated part of the flight is climbing out once the engine's stopped, so Malcolm or Mike will come up on the wing and give you a hand.
Yeah, okay.
Golf, Echo downwind, GA circuit, or runway 26 right hand for a full stop. Golf, Echo, Roger. The wind is northwesterly at about 5 knots.